Don't worry, it'll be over soon.
The Clone War threatens the unity of the Republic.
I never really thought about this until now, but shouldn't it be Clone Wars? Like plural? I mean, that's what you guys called the entire show.
More worlds succumb to the seductive lure of the Separatists.
Well, with animation like that, can you blame them?
On a vital mission of peace, Senator Padme Amidala journeys to the Outer Rim world of Rhodia, desperate to ensure its loyalty remains to the Republic.
I just received word that you have ventured through enemy territory into the Outer Rim.
Senator Farr requested me personally, Chancellor. I could not refuse his plea for help.
You should be accompanied by a clone escort.
This is a mission of peace. I put my faith in diplomacy. We can't solve all of our problems by throwing troops at them.
Jesus, I can't be the only one who thinks the politics in this show works so much better than in the movies. I mean, off the bat, you obviously have way more time to delve into this stuff in the show, rather than like 8 hours of movies. But even that, I love Padme's political prowess in this show. Imagine how damn proud Bail must have been of Leia watching her pretty much become her mother, who would have been one of Bail's dearest friends more than likely. Hang on, how much hairspray do you think it actually took to get her hair to stay like that?
You should know needing to worry, Chancellor. As representative of Naboo.
Jar Jar, look out!
You were saying Jar Jar? Honestly, this episode was always entertaining to watch. I can't get enough of Jar Jar and 3PO together. It's the perfect marriage of the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy, even if it didn't land for a lot of people in those movies. In the OT, R2 and 3PO play off each other really well. They kind of have this version of a good cop, bad cop thing, where you have one who's really calculated and thorough, and the other kind of just dives headfirst into dangerous situations. This kind of works the same way, but 3PO steals the spotlight in this episode for me. Wait, what is this screen exactly? Is it like a representation of how they'd orbit into the planet to land? It looks like the golden ratio, but we saw a screen just like this in the last episode. Well, kind of, but I didn't really think to point it out. Do you think they just have a certain number of screen animations that they just put in all the ships?
May I recommend that only those who are qualified for these delicate peace talks participate in them?
What, are you just now coming to the realization that this is a terrible idea? You might be ballsy in the show, but maybe not as bright as the movies after all. I love planets like these in Star Wars. Yeah, overall, it just looks like some swamp, kind of. But these buildings are amazing. It reminds me of some castle with some Middle Eastern influence, with the tops kind of looking like mosques, but not really round. I always wondered if this was just some glass dome or a shield or something. They make a noise when it shuts, so probably some kind of glass. You can see more of them in the background. Do they just have to fly, like, from dome to dome? I don't know if it's ever explained, but is their atmosphere unbreathable to them? How are Rhodians native here? They do look like the kind of species you'd find on a planet like this, though.
Looky, it's a swamp planet just like home.
Is Naboo actually considered a swamp planet overall? I guess it makes sense. Also, I love the idea of this, having Jar Jar's aquatic lifestyle come in handy. We see it in full effect with the Gungans in Season 4, more than this episode, but still cool.
I need you to watch over 3PO. He always gets himself into trouble.
Trouble? Me? His Excellency Atois.
Alright guys, I did my mandatory 5-minute research on what he says here, and I have no idea what Atois means. Let me know in the comments if you can figure it out. The music here never really stuck out to me until now, but damn, this does such a good job at making those Middle Eastern vibes I mentioned earlier. Music and environments are like crack for me when they're this good, without being all in your face about it.
Hachupapinsky o Diogrin.
Hold up.
Wait just a damn second. Did she just say what I think she did?
Hachupapinsky.
So is this Huttese? Rhodians do have their own language, but the first time we hear a Rhodian is Greedo in A New Hope, and there it makes sense that he'd speak it. He worked for Jabba, Han worked for Jabba, no problem. I wonder why they're speaking it here. I mean, I think they are at least. Comment gang, assemble!
I've missed you so much.
We are such a small and humble system. A few moments later.
Take her away!
Please, Uncle Anno! You were my father's strongest ally in the Senate. Rhodia is very important to the Republic.
You speak of friendship I have not witnessed of late. Where was the Republic when our supply ships were destroyed by pirates? Where was the Republic as my people starved?
Probably feeding Orn Frita.
The Twilight people are starved.
I know it is not your fault, but my people starve all the same.
I mean, it seems like there are plenty of sea monsters for you guys to eat. Real quick, I love Anno's color scheme. We see Rhodians with different colors, but this whole pimped out purple coat over his royal blue shirt and gold WWE belt works so well for me, especially with those eyes. It's weird that both Rhodians and Arconas have the same eyes sometimes. We've already seen an Arcona in this show in our episode 3. LS has these almost exact same eyes, but the first one of these guys we see is also from A New Hope, where they're brown with these golden looking eyes. You think they shared a common ancestor back in the day? Do we see any other species with eyes like this? Apparently Arconas come from a desert climate, which is an interesting contrast.
I'm sure the Republic Senate will approve a relief effort. The vote was postponed, but you will get your food.
You know, I kind of don't blame him. We've seen just how damn long votes in the Senate can take to pass.
It is too late, my sweet. The Separatist leader, Newt Gunray, has promised to support us.
Another line I can't seem to figure out. Good luck, you crazy overanalyzers, you. It feels like a God forgive me moment, though, which does kind of help us grow to like him more later on.
He will bring war to your system just as he did to mine many years ago.
I have already done what I must for my people.
I love how before she can even say anything, he just does this, nah fam, blame this guy, to act like he didn't have a choice. I mean, I guess death does suck, or so I hear.
3PO! Come in, 3PO!
3PO! Come in, 3PO!
3PO! Where could he be?
They run.
Stop her! Or something!
I am so sorry, my sweet.
Stop calling her that, you piece of shit!
To live in fear is no life at all. Please, Uncle Anno, don't do this.
I will be there within the hour to bring food for your people and collect my prize.
Is Padme the prize here? You know what this reminds me of?
My bride.
How rude.
Well, I guess I was wrong in Downfall of a Droid when I said that was the only time we hear a fart in Star Wars. As if it wouldn't be impressive enough that he could understand, what, a dragonfly? According to good old Disney subtitles, they were roaring and farting. You can't make this shit up, man. So wait, what do you think God Noct was trying to tell Anakin and Ahsoka in the other episode?
The local swamp life doesn't have a very high opinion of us.
What didn't they speak it?
I couldn't possibly repeat it.
I will convince them of our good fellowship.
I don't think they're quite like your friends on Naboo.
Wait, you call those friends?
You are in big doo-doo this time.
Misa made contact.
I cannot believe that they let this go on for this long, but why is the story talking to the whales and finding Nemo?
You're speaking like upset stomach.
Maybe I should try humpback.
No,
Jesus, is this supposed to be like monkeys responding by throwing their poop at them? What is this episode?
This is a different swamp altogether.
Stop where you are.
So you guys think these B1s saw 3PO here, right? Okay, good. Keep that in mind for me, will ya?
Oops! Jar Jar, you great whipfoot, you're squashing my circuits!
I know a few people with slightly webbed toes that I am totally using that line on one day.
Wait, where are you going?
Get the hell out of here!
On Crush Patrol!
Hang on, Threesaw!
It's 3PO!
I have no idea why, but that line is one of my favorites in this entire show from Jar Jar. And C-3PO in a minute, but we'll get there. You can actually see some of the B1's limbs stuck on there too. That's a nice little detail, Lucasfilm. Would be a shame if you forgot to, I don't know, render your boxes correctly though.
It's not too late.
it's never too late.
Oh, look out, Jar Jar! A crab droid is headed right for you!
Headed for Misa?
Yes, you, sir!
This is the line! 3SO was all it took for C-3PO to just be like, ah, fuck this idiot. Protocol going out the window. Like, for a droid that's basically supposed to be a butler, the fact that his, I don't know, mind can come up with a sarcastic comment like that off the bat has to mean he was waiting to say something like that all day to this guy.
Jar Jar! Jar Jar's been killed.
Nah, I think he'll be alright.
Know that you are dealing with a Sith Lord.
First of all, is it just me, or does this water look way worse than just a second ago? Also, what exactly are we looking at here? The light seems to be coming from this direction, so are these shadows down here? Do these islands, like, float or something? Well, I guess not.
It's all my fault. He was so brave. Now he's gone. Forever.
This line comes off so eerie and weird.
Jar Jar, you're alive!
Misa okay, Threesaw? Misa okay?
Well, if you've finished messing around, I need help.
Okay, big overanalyzing moment here, but where did these B1s come from? At first I thought the parts fell with 3PO, but there were no boxes attached to that magnet. As a matter of fact, there was a droid head right by his arm in this shot, then in the next one it looks like it goes back to the very first shot order, but in the first one it looks like there's just a leg here. That might be the head right there, but I couldn't find any stuck under any boxes in these shots. And then a few moments later, it looks like C-3PO stuck on there alone, then literally a few seconds later they reappear. What the hell is happening here? All I see when I look up at this control panel thing is a nice hat.
Nice hat. Where did you get it?
Those are some pretty cool looking doors though.
Are those chains necessary?
He calls these chains, but are these just like magnetic handcuffs?
I hope it's worth it to you.
This line hits like hearing your parents say, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Here's a button that's still working.
This button right here has the same design we see earlier when Jar Jar tries to close the ramp on the ship. Either Padme really likes to have access to her closet from like anywhere in the ship, or these really are just some random screens that they throw around everywhere. I have no idea what's going on with my brain today, but I don't like it!
That's looking like a Jedi robe. Whose are you supposing this belongs to?
I wouldn't, know.
In all seriousness, apparently this was supposed to be Quinlan Voss's cloak. I guess he was originally supposed to be pulling Jar Jar's strings to convince them that Jar Jar was a Jedi, and I never would have known that if it wasn't for the OG Overanalyzing Clone Wars. So go pause this and subscribe to him right now. Still, if he was supposed to be here, why would they need Jar Jar to pretend at all?
Our only hope is to hide in this closet.
Padme's probably in trouble.
My lady gave us very specific instructions to remain here.
Oh, fiddlesticks.
Have you gone completely mad? You'll do more harm than good.
He's right.
Misa eyeball stuck in the sleeve.
The battle droids will surely capture you. Or worse, me.
You know, 3PO, you're right. That would be worse. I never knew how hard it was to animate a cloak like this, but apparently it's a pretty damn big deal to render that kind of stuff in animation, which I also wouldn't have known if it wasn't for my boy Robin overanalyzing the Clone Wars.
Open your boxes. 1, 2, 3.
Clone Wars.
Clone Wars. Clone Wars.
Definitely check him out and give him a sub too.
They still won't be recognizing me.
You can't be serious.
Come on, 3-so.
I have a very bad feeling about this.
I never noticed how much the back of the ship looks like a crab or something.
Where is Senator Amidala?
Is she safe?
Is this the first time we actually see Newt? Not like my fuck up in supply lines. Why does his hat look so different than Lot Dodd's? Because he's the leader? We see Newt with a couple different hats and clothes actually, but here he pretty much looks like he's just straight from episode 2. Nemoidian fingers bother the hell out of me. Like, what is this? Are those exposed bone?
I hope it is not too painful for her.
Do you really? I love these bioluminescent plant-looking things. They are plants, right? We see them underwater, too. They kind of remind me of Rodian's eyes, which brings up an interesting question. There actually is a plant in Star Wars called Rodian Eye, which we see later on with Maul and Raydonia. I feel like these would make way more sense to call Rodian Eye. And what's with the similarity in planet names? You have a plant named after a species from a completely different world, which, okay, people name things after whatever, but this just reminds me of the whole Korra band thing.
Look, a Jedi.
A Jedi?
Where's a Jedi?
I do believe they mean you.
Misa not a Jedi.
I know we're working with Jar Jar here, but wasn't that your plan? When you said recognize, I thought you actually put some thought into this. Shame on me, I guess. Jeez, that sounded like it hurt.
He slipped through this grate and went underwater.
Find that Jedi!
Oh, Jesus, talk about horrible teeth. Did they have teeth like this in the movies? I feel like this is how they would look in live action under Disney. Remember earlier in this episode, like 16 years ago, when I said to remember them seeing 3PO? Well, keep remembering! God, this thing looks cool as hell for some reason. I don't know if we ever see one again, but according to my 2 overanalyzing boys, this was based off some old concept art from Ralph McQuarrie, which begs the question, what the hell is Disney's crush on Ralph's art about? I know this was well before Disney, but why do I feel like we're getting so much stuff under Disney based off Ralph McQuarrie's old artwork? Those fuckers better be paying him something for these.
Find that Jedi. Roger, 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 roger.
Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ! Well, I'm gonna be sick.
There's a bad boogie monster down there.
Better watch out. There's a Jedi on the loose. Uh-oh.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen battle droids sliced in half by a lone Jedi.
All right, cut the chatter. I want you troops to go outside and secure the perimeter.
Damn, girl, look at them nails. Also, I wonder what this thing actually is.
Hurry before the battle droids figure out what's happening.
Quiet in there.
Let's get out of here, Master Jedi.
Thepadme is so fucking awesome in the show. I get that B1s aren't
The brightest lights on the ship.
but this was hella smart.
There's no prisoner in here. There's the alarm button.
Jesus Christ, what was that noise? This is the same noise I make when I barely see a curb while I'm driving or something. Like, you know the sound team were laughing their asses off when they put that in there. That felt like the longest shot in all of Star Wars.
What the hell was that?
It looked like she just flew down with a jetpack or something. I swear, Padme has to be force sensitive.
Have you?
I love how this works, and he just knows to shut up here.
Where's Jar Jar?
I'm afraid he went to rescue you.
What about the Jedi?
There is no Jedi. The battle droids have mistaken Jar Jar for one.
This is our chance to capture Viceroy Gunray. Go back to the ship and call for help.
The ship has been destroyed.
Battle droids?
No.
Jar Jar?
Jar Jar.
God, they nailed 3PO in this episode for me, hands down. I love all his "I'm so tired of this shit" remarks in this episode. Damn, this is a good shot. This reminds me of Rapunzel, or like any hero story of save the princess from the castle, but watch out for the monster, which is what they were going for apparently when making this, so good job, Dave. The more you know.
Your request will be taken into consideration after Senator Amidala's execution.
She's a prisoner of war. We were promised.
You are under my protection now, and you will do what I demand of you.
I fucking hate Newt. I always have, and I don't know why, but this episode gives him a total Darth Vader treatment with no follow-through. He's so damn memeable in the prequels mostly, and here he gives off Major Vader from Empire vibes. We don't see Newt for much longer either. I think the next episode is the last time we actually see him like in the flesh. I just hate when such prominent threats are this goofy and out of place, and this show just can't help itself sometimes, which is weird considering how damn dark this show can randomly get. I never actually noticed, but you can just barely make out a pupil and iris in his eyes. Nice.
Be on alert for that Jedi. He is our only hope.
Bring Senator Amidala before me.
She caused a great deal of damage to our droids, and she escaped, sir.
Oh, so it's fine if this B1 randomly decides to keep a droid head, but we're still gonna put my boy Chopper on blast for the droid finger necklace, huh? I swear, I'm not letting go of that for this entire series, so buckle up.
Escaped!
Fucking Jar Jar.
Shoot him!
Or something.
He's a rescuing is hard jobbing.
Look at this fucking jump thing, and tell me with a straight face Jar Jar isn't a Sith Lord.
The Jedi has been spotted in the South Pole.
Let's move. Roger, roger.
Okay, so remember how they literally saw him with the enemy and tried to kill him before? Why do they just listen to him? They literally just got shit on by Padme doing the same thing, basically.
The Jedi is escaping.
Not likely.
Are these different voices from the super battle droids in Ambush? If so, Jesus, please tell me they kept this one.
Surrender. Where did she go? What the?
Jar Jar.
So good to see you at last.
I say, is anyone there? Why is there never an R2 unit when you need one?
That's a good question, 3PO. Also, the fact that we've already heard Ahsoka talk about how the other R model astromechs are more advanced than R2, yet 3PO still mentions an R2 unit is further proof that these guys are droid mates. Why is the lighting so weird on this screen? Was this clone stuck in the hell that's the medical bay from Downfall of a Droid? I never realized that this room was right over the water too. That's cool as hell.
You got him, boss. Too bad you can't take out that slug monster.
Yeah, fucking loser. Also, are the B1s really taller than a super battle droid, or is that just the angle?
These are my new palo.
Oh, I don't remember that. Also, how did he save him? Like, did he just say, nah, fam, and take that shot right to the face? Him and Admiral Trench must have faces made out of steel, man.
Were you able to find Jar Jar?
I think Jar Jar's dead, 3PO.
Thank the Maker. I want to make sure this time.
There must be another way.
I think there has been some horrible mistake. I am a protocol droid on a diplomatic...
Ready? Aim!
So how the fuck did he do that? Like, did he wait an extra 30 seconds off screen after saying aim for Jar Jar to somehow grab the cloak in the water, dry it off, and pop out without making a sound? Tell me one more time that Jar Jar isn't a Sith Lord, I swear to God. Also random, but I'm pretty sure each of Jar Jar's eyes are the same paint job. You really notice it in the center, but the outsides look slightly different, but I'm pretty sure that's just the lighting.
It's the Jedi.
You think he's this scared of a Jedi because of everything he's seen firsthand in the movies and whatnot?
That Jedi has summoned a monster!
I love how Newt's just quietly like, let's get the fuck out of here before anyone notices. Damn, dude, she might have taken a second to adjust, but that's 2 for 2 headshots. Get out of here with that Padme isn't force sensitive shit. Come at me, George!
I made a very good friend.
Speaking of friend, do the monster's eyes change color? Like underwater, they looked really dark, maybe to give you the impression that it's primitive and could be dangerous, but when it's out of the water here, they look a lot brighter. Maybe because it changed sides? Maybe I'm just looking into this too much.
Hold it right there, Viceroy.
At last, we can finish this.
Anaconda!
Holy shit, Anaconda? That sounds so much cooler than Uncle Ono. Why doesn't she call him Anna? Too close to Hondo Onaka?
Blast that Jedi and shoot her!
In that exact order. Don't let me fucking catch you blasting Amidala and shooting the Jedi. Jesus, you know what this reminds me of?
I think it's time to tell the Viceroy about our little secrets.
I am with the Republic.
You will pay for this treachery!
You would kind of think, but apparently the Republic is just like, nah, we get it. We'd have done the same thing.
The clones have arrived.
We got your message, General.
Wait, General? Who are they talking to? Jar Jar?
Master Bombad.
I get that he thinks he's a Jedi, but that's like someone saying Master Superior, right?
You're either the bravest or the most foolish Jedi I have ever met.
I don't think I'm either.
Well, I think you're a a little bit of both.
I swear, C-3PO is that fourth wall breaking character. This guy knows everything the audience is supposed to, like that Jar Jar's a Sith.
All of you should be commended for your courage, and from what I hear, especially you, Representative Binks.
Who would have told him that? It was C-3PO that called the clones, so how would he— Wait a minute, I know this guy. I love this little good boy pat in the background. Damn, this one took a long time to record for some reason. I gotta say, this episode made me laugh way more than I thought it would, but overall, I think I actually like it less than before the video, which is gonna happen in season 1, I guess. Patron shoutouts! In Friends Crumb, who's famous for baking life-size baguette sculptures of Newt Gunray without his circus hats on. David, the man who single-handedly encouraged George Lucas that rhymes were fun. Drakmir, who once ate an entire Mayloon fruit in one bite just to piss off Padme's cake makers. Marcus Fleischer, who braved the hectic waters of Kef Bir just to make sure that the door still worked on the Death Star before Rey got there. Taylor Lynn, who thought it would be a good idea to be a cab driver on Coruscant until a bunch of clones ruined their taxi at a bar. And Mr. Snuffle, the only Snuffle to survive multiple explosions thanks to a certain Max Rebo. More huge shoutouts to Taco Llama, Brandon Esposito, Graphite, Corchit, and Nephorax. Thanks to the rest of you, I don't think I'll be able to fit everyone in the outros anymore, which is pretty fucking awesome. I love you guys. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next week.